everybody. Thank you for joining me today on this beautiful Tuesday morning. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. I hope nobody is out there getting significantly wrecked. I hope you guys are holding up okay. All right. So, again, as always, I just want to state, suicide hotline still trending on Reddit. I want to make sure that you guys are not making the same mistakes that most retail traders are making. I want to make sure that your psychology is right. The most important thing to always remember when we're approaching the markets is not to let your emotions get the better of you. The biggest problem that the retail traders make is they trade based on how they're feeling at the moment. They trade based off of emotion, fear, panic, and greed. We can take advantage of these things when we're looking at psychology and sentiment, and that's how I like to trade. And that's one of the points I like to make here. However, I just want to make sure that you guys are doing okay, all right? There's nothing to be afraid of but fear itself, all right? There's ways that we can move through the markets, and regardless of whatever the large scale sentiment is, you and your position should always be confident. You should approach every trade with an understanding of your strategy, with discipline in your implementation, with faith in your execution. And the most important thing is that if you enter into a position and you are proven wrong by the market, you just cut your losses and look for an alternative entry point. You look for a secondary entry point. If you still think that your bias was correct, just your timing was off. And market timing is extremely important. So we're going to be going over all that today. Or did we get rickrolled? All right. So, my bad. I got to, sorry, I'm playing around with some new audio sound effects, and I want to make sure that playing. My apologies for that. Let me my bad. Let me go to, okay, here we go. Yeah, perfect. I was playing with some sound effects, guys. So as you can see, I kind of updated the layout a little bit. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it's not overpowering. So let me let me test something real quick, if you don't mind, and that's gonna be this one. Okay.
Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger don't give a shit. It just takes.
See, that's what we're looking to
wants.
get back to, guys. Good old Bitcoin Honey Badger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. All right, guys. As always, we're gonna get right into it here. Nothing that I saw extremely dramatic in the news. There were some interesting things as far as I guess American news, but that's not what we handle over here. And I think tomorrow I'm going to be talking about short squeezes and calculating SIR. I think that's helpful for people to understand. Essentially, I don't think enough people do that. Is if you look at the total number of coins being transacted on an exchange when you have a heavily shorted asset such as Bitcoin is right now, when you're looking for the potential for a long trade to the upside, you want to look at the potential for a short squeeze, because when you are expecting that a stock or asset or a coin in this case will be short squeezed, the upside potential is quite high and your downside potential is quite low because you can cut your risk fairly easily. And when you're identifying how high a price can move, again, you have to remember that people that are in heavily leveraged shorts, because we know that most retail traders enter into shorts fairly at the same time. Large amounts of retail traders tend to act at the same time on that herd mentality. So when you're typically at the bottom of a downtrend is when most of the shorts are going to start piling on until their horror price moves against them. And we might be seeing that currently in the market right now. We're going to go look at that here in just a second. However, the nice thing about a short squeeze is that as shorts are covering and panic selling out of their position, that's accelerating the price movement upwards, especially if you're getting a genuine interest in buying pressure. That is typically quite nice and allows you to take a nice uptrade. But again, calculating SIR, so how long would it take for shorts to cover? So you have to figure out, okay, well, how many short positions are there open? The open interest in short positions and currently leveraged positions on Bitfinex, for example, which is where we can accumulate or calculate the best data. And then what you do is you figure out the total, the 24-hour volume, the average 24-hour volume. And then you can figure out, like, okay, well, how long would it take for shorts to actually cover their positions based on how much volume is being transacted on that exchange? And that's what's known as your short interest ratio, your SIR. And so you take your how many leverage positions that you have divided by the 24-hour volume, and it's going to give you a number like from 1 to whatever. So if you have, say you have $1 million in 24-hour volume on a particular exchange, and you have $20 million in open shorts, well, it would take 20 days for all of the shorts to cover. And if they're squeezed, then you're looking at potentially a lot of liquidations because the liquidity might not be there for them to exit all out of their shorts. Now, this was just a thought I was having of calculating this so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't like going off half-cocked, so I won't do the calculations live on the air today, but it's something I'm going to be playing with over the course of the day, and maybe we'll go over it in tomorrow's stream. So, thank you guys all for joining me. First thing I want to talk about, obviously, we'll just get right into it and look at the price of Bitcoin. Good old Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and take the longer look on the daily chart. Yeah, and listen, I'm not above saying I told you so. However, that's not what we're here to talk about. Okay. So yesterday in the stream, when we were talking, we were right about around here, and I was talking about our downside potential. I said that now we had closed fairly strongly below 5,000, and looking at our potential downside potential of 43.86, which is where I had drawn that initial support line, as you guys will remember, a week ago. I was talking about this level at 43.86 because if we take the longer view of BTC right here, we can see that that corresponds beautifully with the top of the high volume node, and all this in between us is low volume nodes. As I've talked about at length, low volume nodes act as train tracks where price just wants to zoom along fairly quickly, and high volume nodes act as train stations where price does like to hang out quite a bit. And we do see a fairly nice strong reversal down into that HVN, hit that target, tried to break back down into the bearish channel that we'd been trading in for a majority of the year until we had this breakout and the sideways action. And so, yeah, this is actually starting to look kind of nice, guys. This actually does have some legs behind it. Now, I have volume all zoomed up here, but yeah, let's look at this. So we do see an outlier in volume, and we do see a reversal hammer candle, and we do see price wicking way down below support into a high volume node and bouncing off of that fairly quickly. So we're still closing above the bearish channel. So that leads me to think that at the so we have several options here, okay? Let's cover them. Either at this point we experience a full bullish reversal back up to test, as I've said, an area that we probably are going to have to test. It would be highly statistically unlikely if we did not retrace to retest 5,800 before going significantly lower. Now, because we didn't do that here and we fell all the way down to 4,300, the fact now we have 5,200 to test at the very least before moving lower. So price cannot infinitely move down. We've had an extremely volatile week, guys. Price of Bitcoin dropped 32% on the spot prices from the beginning of the dump to the bottom of the dump. And what I think is really fantastic, guys, and again, this is why I talk about sentiment so much. So if we look here at the blue line on my chart, this is BFX longs divided by shorts. This is going to give us our long-short ratio. And as we can see right here, when does price actually recover? When the longs capitulate. We've been talking about this all week. The fact that longs are still highly leveraged. There's still so many longs on Bitfinex. And price is going to price is just going to continue to drop until the longs capitulate. So moving over here to look at longs, we can see that they did finally drop off. We see that the longs finally did drop off. And since the 19th, so last night at 9 o'clock, shorts just absolutely skyrocketed again after they had kind of taken a steam off. After they had kind of taken a break. And let me disable this stuff. There we go. Okay. So what do we see with the price? Well, longs finally absolutely capitulate, and we do see a slight reversal in price. All right. So at the moment, when longs absolutely capitulated, and we can actually see this on the hourly chart quite well. Give it a second to load. Yes. So when the longs actually capitulate and the shorts reach their all-time high, down here at the bottom, price does actually reverse. So now that the longs are deleveraged, price can finally move up. We are at almost a 60 to 40% ratio of longs to shorts on Bitfinex. Now that's an unsustainable level. Now that shorts are in the dominance to the 60%, now we can actually experience a short squeeze and price movement upwards. All right, so let's see here. Feels good. Yep, so there's our short skyrocketed in the last 1 hour. So 60-40 ratio on longs to shorts. Good stuff, guys, good stuff. All right, heading over to Coin Farm to check current BitMEX sentiment data. We can see that we're still about equal on BitMEX, so this is open position. So this is a driver of more rapid price. Bitfinex is, I think, probably a better indicator. And so let's look at the last 30 minutes and see if we see any interesting activity. All right, well, in the last 4 minutes, we have about 3 million longs opened up, about 2.5 million shorts opened up. Longs attempting to pick up right now at the moment, which is a good driver of price. Last 24 hours, we do have the dominance of the shorts to the 51 percentile range. However, doesn't really say a whole lot. They've been kind of equal, battling back and forth this whole time, yet the spot market has continued to move price down. That's why I'm more interested in the spot price right now. The mark price, I actually put more faith in than most people do. I think that the mark price, the sentiment on the mark price is often going to drive the price fairly significantly. And looking over at BitMEX, the only problem is I think that the fundamentals behind this right now, there's so much going on the spot price that I'm more interested in what's going on here and now as well. Whereas typically when we're trading in a range, I'm looking for the mark price. However, again, I'm trading based off sentiment to the majority. He had an appointment this morning, might not be joining class today. That's right. I think he had to go to the doctor. All right. You know, sometimes you just got to stop and appreciate when the market does basically do what you want it to do. Now, again, we'll start with the daily chart, and the daily chart is actually looking kind of decent, all right, because we have a very strong amount of volume. We have an outlier in volume right here. This is a breakdown candle, letting you know that the bearish movement is probably going to continue to move strongly down. Strong volume, full-bodied bearish candle. And then the very next candle, we hit into that critical support zone where clearly we had just a lot of limit buy orders stacked up right here. Probably around the bottom of this channel or just around this psychological area of around 4,000. We did actually dip as low on Coinbase as 42. So what's the actual low of this candle? I don't have OHLC. Cut. Here, open, high, low, close values. There we go. So we actually dipped as low as 42.18 on Coinbase. Whew, man. All right. Now, what's interesting, again, you know, people have been saying this for a while. RSI oversold. RSI can go extremely oversold in a downtrend. However, I have been saying that price cannot infinitely go down as far as we want it to. Sorry, guys, I'm a little distracted this morning. Didn't get much sleep last night. It was rough. So going to our 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart looks kind of decent. Now, is this just a bullish reversal? Because we are actually seeing on the 12-hour chart, we're seeing less volume, but we do see a rising volume in this downtrend, which we should expect. Rising volume in a down move, letting us know that the down move is very strong. Volume is confirming this movement. So we're looking for this bounce. We're looking for a bounce. We got it last night. Put these in the merch store. BTC had an early Black Friday sale. Yes, it potentially did. Now, yesterday I was talking about, in the Discord, yesterday we reopened a short. And then last night, I went to bed. This is actually where I went to bed last night. What's interesting is that this is where I went to bed last night. So, guys, if you want to join the Discord, something that we're going to start doing more often, and that we do, if you guys want to voice chat and live day trade with us, I mean, just join the Discord, guys, and hop in the voice chat. We're going to be far more active in there moving forward. And so, again, just trying to build a community where people can actively join and be with people who are actually trading. Because think about it, you're getting your trading information based on crypto Twitter. You're getting your trading information based off whatever I don't know, whatever resource you're trying to use. You're looking at the charts yourself, and it just helps to have confirmation and people who are there, right there, live in the market with you. It's just the best way to do things, man. Community trading groups, man. That's how it works. All right, so last night, I had not been putting a whole lot of stock in divergence. However, we do see divergence right here on the RSI and on the Fisher transform. All right, we see that divergence here. Ooh, cool. Look at ENG. Enigma just broke out, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, look at that. Strong volume on an uptrend. Breaking above the top of that HVN on the 60-minute chart. Could have entered into that right here at the break of the 55 EMA. I was looking at levels, and ENG would be hitting our T1 and T2. Fantastic. We'll see how it happens. 4chan lol, as always. So we did see last night bearish divergence on the Fisher transform. However, we also saw bearish divergence here, and then price obviously did move up. Or excuse me, we saw bullish divergence here where price is posting a lower low and our Fisher transform is posting a higher high. We did not see that divergence so much on the RSI. We actually saw the RSI confirm that, and that's why I prefer the Fisher transform for my entry and exit positions, and also to actually look for divergence. RSI can show you divergence, and when you're seeing divergence on the Fisher and the RSI, very powerful. Sometimes you can see it on the MACD as well, looking at the histogram data. However, Fisher transform to giving your entry signal right here, you actually get the crossover. Where do you get the crossover? You get the crossover on this candlestick right here. RSI moves from oversold out of the oversold range back in the range. That's your traditional like entry signal. However, putting less stock on that because we've just been in such a strong downtrend. And when you're in such a strong downtrend, you're actually looking for a trend reversal. So here on the 15-minute chart, again, I just want to point out, guys, this is the most important thing that we did see the longs fully capitulate at this level. And we've been wanting this to happen for a while because once the longs were just jacked up right here and then price moved against them, and longs exited into their position, but then the longs just started like piling in, like when we reached this accumulation level, assured that price would go higher. Yep, ENG hits target 1, guys. And as longs continue to pile in and pile in and pile in and pile in, price just continues to move sideways. And because the longs are high and the shorts are low, price to their horror moves lower. And again, they just get overconfident again at these levels. They just start piling in this accumulation zone. And price just continues to move against them. And then the longs finally are like, all right, we're done. Okay, I can't stand the pain. We're deleveraging. And everybody jacks onto the shorts. And then boom, you get a nice bounce. So this is starting to look like a healthy bounce. I'm not going to lie, guys. I like the way this looks. I like the volume. So the only thing that's funky is we have rising volume on this movement down with a divergence. Okay, so that can or cannot make sense. Usually when you're in an uptrend, you look for a weak volume to not confirm the retracement. Okay. However, in a strong downtrend, you're expecting volume to pick up. So this makes sense. And we do see that. We don't see an outlier, however, in the selling climax right here. However, we do see the longs skyrocketed here at the top. So what can we expect to see? Well, again, the most likely thing that we see is sideways price movement here for a while. Sorry, guys, I got a lot on my mind this morning. the most likely thing that we see is some sideways price movement right here. After a high volatility movement downwards, we often see sideways chop action. All right. And again, sideways chop action. We're looking for overbought or oversold positions to take positions to the upside or the downside. But still on my look to see if we get kind of like a double bottom play on this and see if this support level holds. Now, what's really beautiful to me about this is the fact of the longs absolutely capitulating at this level. That to me is lending a lot of credence to the fact that price can actually have some movement upwards. It's easier to pump to 5,000 than 10,000, Crypto Kibo says. Well, yeah, it is. And as I've said before, it would be highly unlikely if we did not return to retest these key areas of resistance before heading down further, if we are going to move further down to those $3,000 levels. Because going back to our daily chart, we've already hit our initial price target of 43.86, and below us it's 29.31 based on volume. Hey, thanks BRB Walking Cat, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining the stream this morning. So yeah, it would be highly unlikely. It would be highly unlikely if we did not see some movement back upwards to retest these key areas of resistance that were once support. And again, always, as always, support turns into resistance, resistance turns into support. So generally, every time we see a capitulation level event where price does break down, we enter into a period of accumulation, and then we allow price to move back up. And then when we get to those key levels of supply and demand, we are able to figure out whether the bulls and the supply, or excuse me, the bulls and the demand have the upward momentum to push price above those resistance levels. Because until we get back above 6,000, guys, it's very hard to be bullish for the, what people want to refer to as the, the bull run. So take a brief dip here, and I want to talk about a new indicator, guys. This was posted last night by Bennett, Bitcoin Trading Challenge. If you guys have not watched his videos, I highly recommend you guys go check those out. So this is a commitment of traders indicator. It's actually the first one that he's written in PineScript, and this is a fairly fantastic indicator. So what we're looking at here, this is based off Quandl data that is compiling a commitment of traders information from Bitcoin CME. So this is letting us know what institutional traders are doing with their positions, and this is also letting us know what institutional traders are doing, what professional asset managers are doing, and what professional traders are doing, and we're able to compare that to what retail traders are doing. And again, always keep in mind that we're trying to trade against the psychology of retail traders, and we're typically trying to follow along with what professional and institutional traders are doing because they have access to more data, they have more experience in the marketplace, and they have more capital, so they don't have margins for error, and they typically make smarter decisions. So as we can see right here, the basic fundamentals of it are fairly simple. So how to interpret: trade in the same direction of institutional money, trade in the opposite direction of retail money, trade in the direction of professional money. So this is showing us, the red and green lines are showing us the amount of open interest held by the largest four positions on CME. And so what we're looking to do is when the open interest of the largest four positions on CME, short, which is the red line, is higher than the open interest held by the largest four funds in long positions, we're looking to short the market or sell. And as we can see right here, so individuals right here are, professional money is actually shorting the market, even on this hourly candle, and they are able to, boom, catch that movement. And institutional money begins buying up this movement up here, and right at this level right here, they switch their minds and start entering into short positions. Price moves down. And here, institutional money begins buying this movement upwards, and then they change their mind and start selling and selling and selling and selling. And they buy for just a little bit right here, but then they start selling. And when we see this large amount of selling, percentage open interest, what happens to price? Price moves significantly down. So I'll show you guys an example on my chart. So I've got the Bitcoin futures continuous contract for the CME open up here, and this is the only ticker symbol where it's going to work on. So you guys are going to have to pull up BTC 1 exclamation mark, and that's the ticker symbol for the Bitcoin futures on CME. And as you can see right here, this information is updated every Friday when the new commitment of traders report is released. So as we can see here, the institutional money did absolutely predict it quite right. when we see the open interest held by the largest 4 positions pretty fairly, looking at the ranges on here, skyrocket above open interest held by longs, or long positions held by the largest 4 positions. And what happens to price? Price tanks. So they saw this, they were trading against the market. They were shorting this particular level. Even at this point in time, when we were at a high, they were shorting this level. So they were shorting resistance, and they stayed in their short position, and they were able to capture this movement. So again, this information will be updated on Friday when the new commitment of traders report is released. And this indicator is webhooked into Quandle here. And Quandle is the one that's compiling this data and putting it in a nice, tasty little form. So you guys can go check that out. I will pop the link in the chat. You guys can go play around with this. And I'm also going to pop the link to the commitment of traders script into the chat as well on YouTube. So make sure you guys go check that out. Pretty happy with it. And also, look over here. So there's more to this as well. So not only do we get the open interest held by the largest 4 positions, we also get our retail trader net, which is letting us know what direction the retail traders are trading in. So in this point, they're selling, and here they're buying. So we're always looking to trade against retail traders. So you can see here that they start selling, retail traders start selling, and here they start buying, and we're looking to trade against them. Conversely, the pink line, and again, I've changed this up just a little bit, so that way, okay, you guys can see. So this will show you your institutional trader net, your professional trader net, your retail trader net, your open interest held by the largest 4 longs, and your open interest held by the largest 4 shorts. So I've denoted the colors as such because just what's visually pleasing to me. So we are looking, the pink line right here is corresponding to what institutional money is doing, whether they're buying or selling. And we typically want to follow along with them. The gold line here is corresponding to what professional traders are doing. So when that correlates with what institutional money is doing, that's fantastic. However, we can see that they're fairly hedged. As opposed to the movement from the retail traders to sell when they should have been, which they actually got it right. However, they longed at the absolute wrong position. We can see the juxtaposition here. And again, this is nuanced, so you're looking at tight edges here. But again, look guys, you can see that retail traders begin buying right here. Okay, and let's line that up. So when do retail traders start buying? They start buying right here. They start entering into long positions and they start buying, okay? At the exact same time that institutional money begins selling and continues to sell. So when you see a divergence like that in what retail traders are doing and what institutional money is doing, you are always going to trade. You're always going to want to trade in the direction of the institutional money and counter trade against the retail traders. And as we saw with this massive dip, if you would have simply followed that strategy, it would have played out quite well for you. So this Friday, when we get the updated commitment of traders report, which will be closed off data today. So today, once the market's closed, that will be all the data compiled for the Friday commitment of traders report. We'll be able to see where we're at moving forward. Taking a brief look back again at CoinFarm to see what's going on. So 10 million shorts opened up about 10 minutes ago, followed by another 10 million. So a double punch of 20 million. Shorts at a 63 ratio right here in the last 30 minutes to the longs 36.31. Let's go check in with the price of XPT. All right, so rising volume on this movement upwards, guys. And if we draw the line of best fit, it does look like falling volume. So this is kind of looking more like a retracement to me. Fisher transformed down below the 0 line and looking to get a crossover here. And on the 15-minute chart on BitMEX, we broke above the 55-day period moving average. We've broken down below it. We did close below it on a 15-minute time frame. So let's go to our hourly chart and see where our resistance is above us. Okay, so after we had this nice little, all right. So after we had this nice little reversal here, this nice little bounce, we were able to get above the 21 period moving average. We did not actually tap our stop loss for our short position. So the potential for being in your short is still there, because on the hourly chart, you have not yet even closely tapped out of that. If you entered anywhere around here, like once price completely broke down and you got this confirmation of strong capitulation. Going to the 15-minute chart. When we had any numerous breakdown candles, however, we do see this ascending bearish wedge right here. Okay. And funding hit, and we broke down from price on very high volume. And look at these full-bodied candles on strong volume below support. No sign of reversal whatsoever, and price just continues to move further down. We enter into another period of consolidation. We form a bearish pennant. And price continues to move down. Now, this isn't... What's interesting about this is that the volume is definitely an outlier. It's definitely an outlier of volume. If we look at that spike right there. And we do see the selling pressure hit here. The most interesting thing is the ratio of longs to shorts. Because again, we had seen... We had seen longs just absolutely skyrocketing and buying this dip, and they did not capitulate. They did not capitulate till around here. So the longs capitulating lets me know that actually we can experience movement back up. Sorry, let me check out the chat here real quick. Sorry guys, my Streamlabs OBS doesn't show all the stuff in Twitch, so thank you to everybody watching me over there. Crazy Weird Nerds, the market cap would be higher, so yeah. And Mixie80 says no link. My bad. I only put it in the Restream chat. Let's put it in the Twitch chat. I don't think that's quite right. Here, let me do it like this. So here's the Quandle data. There you go. And here is the link to Bennett's script. There we go, in Twitch. So, hopefully that showed up. Yes, yep, there it is. So we've got about 22 minutes left in this hourly candle close. Now again, guys, remember, this is a good psychological area for us to see a little bit of a bounce, which we did experience. We did see the bulls buy this up. We're just going to see if they get slammed down on their face. And we're going to see if those shorts pick back up. But again, I'm looking at the spot price, guys. Spot price, I think, is a little bit more important. But, you know, hey. Seeing the longs trying to pick back up a little bit here. Let's go check in with our sentiment data. Hey, no problem. So, you know, this is interesting, guys. I mean, this is the fascinating stuff that, you know, me as a kind of a nerd that's just fascinated by. So here we go. So here we have the, actually, I'm going to change this to spot price. BTC USD on Coinbase. Actually, let's be real and look at it on Finex. Okay. So yeah, and there's a little bit of a divergence in XBT price versus, well, not really at this point in time. I guess that was just lagging. All right, so BTC USD, we see that we see the longs Here's our price, and as we're completely collapsing, okay, look what longs are doing. Longs are just stepping in and buying dip after dip after dip after dip and getting smashed. And as long as the longs continued to move up, I knew price was going to go down. And what happens when the longs get overextended? And well, it's not really when the longs get overextended, but the shorts skyrocket. Okay, the shorts just continue to go up and up and up and up and up and up, even to this point. Okay. And we finally get a reversal in price, okay? And the longs absolutely capitulate. So the longs have absolutely capitulated on their price movement. Shorts seem over their skis at this point in time. So looking at sentiment data would tell me that the bulls are completely at this point demoralized, that the shorts are over enthusiastic, that price is going to continue to move down infinitely. So that tells me that the psychology of these retail traders is most likely wrong. And we're experiencing some healthy volume here, guys. We're experiencing some healthy volume on this movement. It does not seem like weak sauce retracement volume to me. This does actually seem like a little bit of confirmation volume. So we could actually get some follow through on this. So if we're getting some follow through on this, where are we looking for areas of resistance? If we are going to move to the upside, let's plot our upside potential. Alrighty. Couple easy ways to do that, I think. How I would do it. Let's go swing high to swing low. Common retrace period would be about 51.21 for our 618, but again, anywhere here in the 50%. Let's see if volume confirms any of that. Well, we're first going to get some resistance right about here, so that makes sense. Right at our 382. Look where the bottom of our high volume node is right there. That seems to make sense. And we can see that price did not come up and hit that as we wanted to. Or excuse me, price almost came up, didn't really wick above it, but found resistance at that level and moved back down. All right, so we've got LVN right here. So here's the drop-off point of our volume at this point in time right here. All right, take it easy, man. I'm going to have to cut it short today, guys, in about 15 minutes because I've got some stuff going on in my personal life. Not going to be able to do the full 2-hour show today, guys. I apologize. And then we're going to have significant resistance here at our higher Fibonacci level 486, where we get the next area of accumulation right here. So we do need to come back up and test some of these key levels of resistance at some point. That would be highly statistically, as I've said, unlikely that we do not come back up. All right, so we've got 5,800 lying above us. That was our key resistance level all year long. All right, I have it here at 6160. That's going to be the resistance to break above. However, anywhere here would be nice. And then the previous accumulation range is now overhanging us as strong resistance, guys. So we've got a lot hanging over us. But again, as long as we continue to see some of this volume, as long as we continue to see this volume follow through on the movement upward, I'm going to be pretty happy about this. All right, guys, so check over with ETH USD. Do we see the same thing in Ethereum USD? Well, Ethereum USD, we do see that outlier. Okay, we do see that volume outlier on, and this again looks like a reversal period to me. Now, is it going to hold? Let's see here. Well, we have a little bit of rising volume on the up movement, and look at the falling volume on the retracement. Now, again, this candle has 16 minutes and 52 seconds to close, so we'll just see where the volume ends up lying on this, and we'll see how far back we move. What would be a retracement? Where can we look at this? 618, 136, 112, guys. I'm feeling kind of bullish today, guys. Let's go look at our Ethereum longs and shorts. What do they tell us? All right. So this is actually our long to short ratio, and we see that our longs absolutely capitulated at this point in time. Now longs are down, shorts are picking back up, back to about that 50% mark, and price is down. Adrian Moore, how you doing this morning? we'll do it a little bit differently, I think. There we go. All right, so here's our Ethereum USD longs. And here's our Ethereum USD shorts. Vansha Bajaj, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Appreciate it. It's pretty late in France. Yeah, I feel you, man. All right, guys. So here's the problem with Ethereum. Is that longs capitulated. We were able to see a bounce in price when longs did capitulate. All right. And now the longs have just shot right back up, guys. And again, price just moved right back down. So until I see these absolute horror again from the longs, less bullish on Ethereum. But we'll see. We'll see. We've got the support hanging in here. We've got an HVN now established. But yeah, we're only able to get above that 21 period moving average and slam back down on the hourly chart, guys. So until we start getting above this 55 period moving average on Ethereum as well, I'm not seeing a trend reversal. And the fact that the longs picked right back up on Ethereum doesn't sound super good. Don't forget the background music, Justin, hashtag library. Yeah, working on it, man. Working on it. Copyright strikes kind of got me scared, so. Yeah. Any hoosers. Let's go look at the XRP USD. We were charting this last night. Now again, Bitfinex is a little bit different from Binance, from the USDT price, which is what Malicious's chart was. But on Bitfinex, you can see that he had drawn this channel out. We broke down from it, double tested as resistance, and I was saying that looked like rejection last night. And then we do see some pretty strong absolute rejection from it. This to me, it looks like a confirmation candle right here. This to me looks like a confirmation breakdown candle right here. So let's go look at the daily chart. So I was talking about this yesterday, guys, above the 55-day EMA. I'm feeling pretty good. However, we are looking to now break down from a 55 period moving average, a long indecision doji on the daily chart. Okay, so we'll just have to see how this kind of breaks and plays out. We're still above 37 cents. Again, I was looking to see, is this going to be a distribution period or a period of reaccumulation? Again, if it was a period of reaccumulation, or if it was a period of distribution, we can see our buying climax on our first test. Now, if we see a spring, we don't always have to see, or excuse me, a sign of weakness. We don't always have to see a sign of weakness. But now we're just looking for LPSs. Noted with thanks. Do I think 4K5 is the support and 4K7 the resistance on BTC right now? Yeah. Yep, because here's our HVN at 4781, about 4700. Where do I have it? At 4783, 4781. And that's the beginning of our little HVN, but that's where our current level of resistance is. And as you can see, we've established it with price action. We came up, touched it, reversed from it. That's a level that we've got to get above. But as long as I continue to see falling volume on these retracements, we can see that here on the movement upwards, price volume is above the moving average. And here, price below, volume is below the moving average. That to me signals a weak retracement and continuation of the movement upwards. Oh, you mean on BitMEX? Yeah. Well, your support range here based on your volume profile And just look at the volume. I mean, you have rising volume on your upward movement, and then as soon as you retrace, you see falling volume right here. So here's your HVN that's been established from your accumulation zone. 43.49 to 44.36. And where's your current resistance? Well, where do you see us where we reversed from? See, a lot of buyers, a lot of people went long right here. So they're trapped buyers and they're looking to exit the market at break even or profit. So this is going to be a strong area of resistance to get over. And you can see that confirmed by volume. We have all the accumulation occurring right here. Price moved against them to their horror. And they're just so happy that price reversed because at this point, the sellers got overextended and the longs did capitulate. But the longs that didn't capitulate are now looking to get out at break even or even a slight loss. And you can see that confirmed by the long tails that wick back into their accumulation zone. All the individuals that were able to buy here and potentially here. When price moves back up into those levels, they're happy to sell at break even because they're terrified that price will continue to move further down. So I bet this week is full of pain to shake out all the normies and then it's on. Maybe potentially, guys. We're just gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see, guys. We've been seeing so much downward bearish momentum right now that it's going to take a lot to change my mind that the bearish trend is in. However, this isn't looking horribly bad. Okay, we're gonna see if 43.86 holds. If 43.86 doesn't hold in the long term. Why did that left price scale come back? Jeez, it always haunts me. Haunts me in my dreams, guys. Haunts me in my dreams. 29.31. All right, but we're back. If we break back down and stay in this bearish channel, then our next area is going to be right down here below us. So we can see, if I go to the higher time frames, you can see the channel. All right, and so we'll see if we can come down around that region. That's about 37.31. I don't see any confirmation from volume really on that level. The first confirmation of volume is right here where I drew that previous line at 43.86, and that's where we came down and touched. Now there's HVN below us, so it's possible we find some chop in this region, guys. But there's only two things that I'm expecting today, and that is a little bit of sideways movement and consolidation, which at this point in time, I would be more primed to the idea that we can actually get a little bit of a bounce to the upside, especially if this bullish volume continues to come in. I'll feel more positive about that. Again, the thing that's most critical in my eyes, guys, is the long to shorts ratio on Bitfinex, because the longs did not capitulate. The longs did not capitulate at all until we got to this moment in time right here, where the longs finally got absolutely demoralized and exited their positions. That to me is healthy and means that price can move up, because the longs exited and can now panic rebuy in, which will push price up. This should cause a short squeeze because you have a lot of people that entered into shorts at this level, so they're going to panic and cover their positions. So yeah, we'll just check in, guys, once the hourly closes. I've only got about 8 minutes, guys. I got to get bouncing out of here. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to look at requests today. I apologize that today's video wasn't the best, guys. I will be really active in the Discord today, so please head over to the Discord and hop in there. I'm going to be in there voice chatting and day trading. Just running a little bit behind today, guys, and I got a lot on my mind, so bear with me. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining me today. Let's go over to the chat and see if there's anything super good. Where's my coffee? Mike 500, how you doing this morning? Proactive, anyone getting wrecked in the last 7 days? Not if you're in our trading group. Clipson Plexterfield, good morning. John Dunn, how are you doing this morning? I hope you are doing fantastic. And Humanemone, thanks for joining us. Zach Coma, Light Yagami, you got rickrolled. Shoot. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to
something
talk
like that.
With you again.
Yeah. All right, guys. Fun times. Can you add I'm a cop, you idiot to your sound bites? No, but I can add
You are fake news.
Anything said on CNBC. Light Yagami, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Crypto Capsule, thank you as well. Crypto Kibo, as always. Harun Nayak, I think you bounced out a lot of shaking. Gabe Anderson, should I transfer my BTC from Gemini to Coinbase and trade there? I mean, it just depends on your preference. Gemini has its pros and cons. Gemini is a regulated exchange. Coinbase is not. Well, I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, but according to the protocols that Gemini, ascribes to, like, no, it's not. And but Coinbase is nice. Their market fee is pretty significant, but no fee on the limit order, so that's cool. Personally, I prefer Deribit, man. Light, you got me. All right, guys. Pretty fantastic. I'm just going to cut it short today, guys. I apologize. I might do a live stream tonight when I have a little bit more time. And again, I'll be in the Discord here in a couple hours. And we'll know more from there. Need a couple more hourly candle closes, guys. But right now, short-term chop. But I'm thinking that we can probably get some follow-through on this up movement, guys, here. Less so, I think, on Ethereum, but BTC might pull the price of Ethereum with it. But the longs to short ratios on Ethereum doesn't look as positive to me. And XRP is looking kind of hairy, but we're just going to have to wait for this daily candle to close, I think. But I'll be watching it fairly closely. So don't have the time to do it live on the air today, guys. So bear with me. As always, guys, if you want to... Yeah, no problem, Light got me. Thank you so much. Guys, point your browsers over to Cryptocurrency.com. Go ahead and click this beautiful little button here, and you can join our Discord. Again, we're going to be pretty active in the voice chat moving forward. If you guys want to live day trade with us, if you guys want to hear what we're talking about, if you guys want to see what our trade results are, if you guys want to keep us not eating ramen noodles, go ahead and head over to the merch store. Scott worked fairly hard on this. I think I have pop-ups blocked on this. I'm not going to be able to see the actual merch. I'm going to have to fix that, but you guys shouldn't see this if you're not using Brave Browser, just because I have scripts blocked, because this is my streamer browser. And if you guys are interested in enhancing your trading services, head on over to Trading Services and see what we have to offer. It is $49.99 a month USD if you want to get our premium signals and follow along with our trade ideas and get one-on-one mentorship with the trading team. And as always, if you have any questions, reach us at contact@krakencryptocurrency.com. Fill out the form, guys. X42 being listed on Delta. Tomorrow at 12 p.m., I will have Gabriel from Project X42 here for our 2-hour segment. So our first hour, we'll be doing TA. And our second segment, our second hour, we will be doing a live interview with Gabriel from Project X42, guys. Make sure to go check out x42.tech. X42.tech is available. You can put it on your Blockfolio. You can put it on your Delta. You can also you can get it on StartX. You can also get it on Alt Market CC. So looking forward to talking with Gabriel about this. You guys can get the wallet right here. I'll tell you what, this stuff's fast, man. Guys, go buy stuff. Let's see here, guys. Yeah, we'll just keep you updated with what comes out. That's pretty much all I got, guys. Make sure you guys go check out your Crypto Daily News for your evening dose of crypto news. Keep up to date with the latest that's going on and happening. And sometimes you'll hear me on there ranting about philosophy and the markets, guys. All right. It's been fantastic, fun, and awesome as always, guys. Hope you guys are doing fantastic on your Tuesday. Don't panic. Just be careful. Take some profits on your shorts. And look to play this bounce action, guys. All right. That's all for me today. You know what time it is. Play that outro.